Hello readers, this is Mam-Mary here and I hope you're doing really well. I hope you had a really great day today and I hope you're super happy. I love you all so much and thank you so much. As a reader at the Starfish Reading Lab, there are certain things that I have to do, like read to you all, ask questions, and sometimes shout out certain people who contacted us. But there are also certain things that you should do as listeners and readers. Like if I ask a question, for you to just shout out the answer to the screen or just to think of it in your head would be really important. And I would love that if you could do that. Today we'll be reading a wonderful book. It's one of my favorites. But before we get into that, I would love to ask you guys if you could please like, subscribe, and comment on the video, as well as share it to people that you know and that you love, because these are really educational videos and they help people with their virtues. So it could really help some of the people that you know. So we'd hope you do that. It would really support us and we'd like to say thank you in advance, of course. So let's get into the book. The name of this book is Stephanie's Ponytail. Story by Robert Munch, art by Michael Marchenko. This is the first page, and it just has the story and the art, and then the name of the book. These are other books that they have done together or by the same author. One day, Stephanie went to her mom and said, "None of the kids in my class has a ponytail. I want a nice ponytail coming right out the back." So, Stephanie's mom gave her a nice ponytail coming right out the back. When Stephanie went to school, the other kids looked at her and said, "Ugly, ugly, very ugly." And Stephanie said, "It's my ponytail and I like it." So to say that bullying is really not a nice thing, because you should not say mean things about other people or call people stuff or what they're wearing ugly or them even ugly. And if you see someone else being bullied, you should stand up for that person, or you should go call an adult to help you out. And also, if you're being bullied, you should know that you are no different from anyone else. You're not better or worse than anyone else. And if you're being bullied, you definitely should tell someone about it. And you should not let it change the person that you are, because you should know that you're not just a victim or someone who's been treated badly. You're a human being as well, and you should be treated well. And then if you're bullying other people, that's not a really nice thing to do. And if you need help with changing that habit, you should go to someone else to help you. Before we get farther into the book, there's always going to be this little boy, and he's always going to be eating a different type of fruit. Do you like fruit, or do you like to eat fruit? Let's see what he's eating in this page. Right here, it's an apple in his hand. That's so awesome. Let's see what he has tomorrow. The next morning, when Stephanie went to school, all the other girls had ponytails coming out the back. Stephanie looked at them and said, "You're all a bunch of brainless copycats. You just do whatever I do. You don't have a brain in your heads." So, to comment on that is that you should not, even if people are mean to you, you should not say mean things back to them. So if Stephanie was being bullied by these other kids, she should have gone to an adult and talked to them, or talked to the kids and said, "I really didn't appreciate how you treated me," instead of calling them names back. So let's see what happens next. The next morning, the mom said, "Stephanie, would you like a ponytail coming out the back?" Stephanie said, "No." "Then that is that," said her mom. "That is the only place you can do ponytails. No, it's not, said Stephanie. I want one coming out the side, just above my ear. Very strange, said the mom. Are you sure that's what you want? Yes, said Stephanie. So her mom gave Stephanie a nice ponytail coming right out above her ear. So before we go on, Stephanie shouldn't have said, no, it's not, to her mom. Have you ever disagreed with adults or people who are older than you? Well, something that I like to do, and I think it's a really good thing, if you disagree with someone who's older than you, or if you think what they said was not true or correct, you can tell them in a courteous way. So by preserving their dignity and preserving your own dignity, and by saying, hey, I don't really believe in this, or talking to them in a really nice way, instead of saying words like, no, it's not, or talking to another adult about it, to talk with them about it. I think that would be a lot better rather than just saying, no, it's not, or just disagreeing in that way. So next time you have a disagreement with someone, even if they're your age, you should probably do something like this. When she went to school, the other kids saw her and said, ugly, ugly, very ugly. Stephanie said, it's my ponytail and I like it. The next morning, when Stephanie came to school, all the girls and even some of the boys had nice ponytails coming out just above their ears. Can you see the little boy in this picture? He is eating a banana. Let's see what happens next. The next morning, the mom said, Stephanie, would you like a ponytail coming out the back? Stephanie said, no. Would you like one coming out the side? No. Then that is that, her mom said. There is no other place you can do ponytails. Yes, there is, said Stephanie. I want one coming out the top of my head like a tree. That is very strange, said her mom. Are you sure that's what you want? Yes, said Stephanie. So, again, it wasn't really nice of Stephanie to yell at her mom, though, as well. Has anyone ever yelled at you? How did you feel about that? Let's try and find the little boy before we get into this page. He's right there. He's eating an apple again. Seems that he really likes apples. So, her mom gave Stephanie a nice ponytail coming out of the top of her head like a tree. When Stephanie went to school, the other kids saw her and said, ugly, ugly, very ugly. Stephanie said, it's my ponytail and I like it. The next day, all of the girls and all of the boys had ponytails coming out the top. It looked like broccoli was growing out of their heads. Do you like broccoli? It's a pretty weird vegetable. Look, even the birds have a ponytail up there, and all of the dogs and the cats and the kids. That's pretty crazy. Have you ever had someone copy you before or copy what you do? Let's see what comes next. The next morning, the mom said, Stephanie, would you like a ponytail coming out the back? Stephanie said, no. Would you like one coming out the side? No. Would you like one coming out the top? No. Then that is definitely that, said her mom. There is no other place you can do ponytails. Yes, there is, said Stephanie. I want one coming out the front, hanging down in front of my nose. This doesn't seem to be going very well. But nobody will know if you're coming or going, said her mom. Her mom said, are you sure that is what you want? Yes, said Stephanie. So her mom gave Stephanie a nice ponytail coming out the front. On the way to school, she bumped into 4 trees, 3 cars, 2 houses, and 1 principal. Can you believe that? Well, for me, all of these can be true. I bump into trees, I bump into cars, I bump into houses, and I've even bumped into a principal, I bet, at one point. I'm really clumsy, so even if I don't have a ponytail coming out the front and hanging down on my nose, I still bump into stuff. Are you clumsy too? When she finally got to her class, the other kids saw her and said, "Ugly, ugly, very ugly." Stephanie said, "It's my ponytail and I like it." Let's see what comes next. The next day, all of the girls and all of the boys and even the teacher had ponytails coming out the front, hanging down in front of their noses. No one could see where they were going. They bumped into desks, they bumped into each other, they bumped into walls, and by mistake, 3 girls went into the boys' bathroom. Can you believe that? Can you see the girls? They're laughing, and those poor 3 boys are running out. They look so scared. Also, what fruit is the little boy eating in this page? Ooh, a pineapple. I love pineapple. Do you like to eat pineapple? Stephanie yelled, "You are a bunch of brainless copycats. You just do whatever I do. When I come tomorrow, I am going to have shaved my head." Can you believe that? She yelled at all of those people. And look, the little boy has taken a bite out of his pineapple. So, there are 2 things on this page you shouldn't do. Please don't yell at people because it can hurt their feelings. And also, don't bite out of pineapples. Pineapples need to be peeled first, please. Oh, Lord, this is not going very well for everyone else. Can you see the picture? Can you guess what's gonna happen next? Let's see. The first person to come the next day was the teacher. She had shaved her head and she was bald. The next to come were the boys. They had shaved their heads and they were bald. Oh my God. The next to come were the girls. They had shaved their heads and they were bald. And the last person to come was Stephanie. And she had, do you think Stephanie really shaved her head? Let's see. A nice little ponytail coming right out the back. Can you believe that? She tricked them. Look at all of them. They're all bald. And that's the end of our story. They're all chasing her. Look at how angry they look. And the little boy was eating cherries today. Can you see? This is chaos. Look, the birds are bald. Have you ever seen a bald bird? The dogs are bald. Look at their pink heads. The cats are bald. The teacher is bald. The principal has a ponytail coming out the front, so it seems like he didn't get the message that everyone was supposed to have shaved their heads. And that teacher didn't even get into this whole mess. And the worst of all, the little boy is spilling his cherries. Do you like to eat cherries? I love cherries. Can you believe they're just being wasted? It's so sad. And this is the end of the book. I hope you all enjoyed and I hope you had a great time reading with me. I hope you have a great day and thank you so much for listening to this book. I really appreciate it. Again, please like, subscribe, and share this video to those you love. Also, comment down below. If you comment just your first name or something that you like your favorite color or your favorite book that I've read, I'll be able to give you a shout out. Thank you so much. I hope you've watched the video and I hope you enjoyed it. We read Stephanie's Ponytail, which is sitting right on my lap. I hope you really enjoyed the book. And one thing in this book was confidence that I noticed. Stephanie had confidence in herself and her ponytail. So even if everyone was saying, oh, you look ugly or bullying her, she still had that self-confidence to feel like, I know what I look like what I look like, and no one can change that. So let's see what the card says. The quotation of the day is, "Do not therefore throw away your confidence, for it carries a great reward." This is from the Bible, and whether you believe in God or not, or whether you're a Christian or not, I feel like we can all learn from this quotation, because it means you shouldn't throw your confidence away, because it's a really important virtue, and you can't really do anything without confidence, much less inspire other people. So, and it also carries a great reward, which is being able to go and do your day-to-day stuff and be happy with yourself. So if you don't know what confidence means, here is a good definition almost of what it means. Confidence is having faith in something or someone. It is a kind of trust. When you have self-confidence, which is what we were talking about, you trust that you have what it takes to handle whatever happens. When you are confident in others, you count on them. Confidence in God is a sense of trust that your Creator loves you and watches over you as you go through life. Confidence brings the strength to try new things. So I would love for you to practice confidence for today, for this week, for this year, and even for your whole life. But if you're struggling on how to get started, here is something that someone with confidence does. Signs of success. The practice of confidence. I remember that I am worthy, whether I succeed or fail. So even if I succeed or I fail, it doesn't really matter, because I know that I am still a person and I am still a human being and I am worthy. I am willing to try new things. So confidence is about trying new things. So trying new things can be really, really scary. But when you feel like you can do it, you should go for it. Even if you feel like you can't do it. You should always try new things because it can give you brand new experiences. I use the gifts God gave me. So whatever gifts you have, you use them to help other people and to serve and to try and make something good or create something good or do something good for the whole world to benefit from. I practice until I master something. So when I master something and I'm really, really great at doing it, and I keep practicing even after that. So I like to play the guitar. I'm not really good at it yet, but I keep practicing and practicing. So if I practice a song and I start out not knowing the song or not being good at the song, I keep practicing and practicing it until I can do it super well. And that's what I've done. And that's why I'm growing and I'm learning new things. So you should also try that with anything and everything that you do. And last but not least, I think positively. So I don't think negatively or think about all of the terrible things and think of terrible solutions to those things. I think positively. And I feel like, especially in this time in the world, with everything that's happening with the death of George Floyd, as you may know, I feel like there's a lot of hurt and a lot of bad things happening in the world. So it's our job as young people and as people in general to think of good solutions to this problem. And I feel like if we think positively, we'll be able to have positive answers and positive solutions to everything that's going wrong, which will have positive outcomes, hopefully. And then, confidence gives me the courage to be myself. So no matter what, when you have confidence, you are always yourself. Just like Stephanie was, even though she wasn't perfect and she made some mistakes, she was still herself. She said, it's my ponytail and I like it. And I feel like if people are mean to you, you shouldn't let it get under your skin. You shouldn't be like, oh, this person was mean to me, so they must be right about whatever they're saying. That's totally not true. If you feel good in what you're wearing or how your skin looks or how you feel, you should keep that because it's really important and it makes you who you are. So I hope you have a wonderful day and keep practicing confidence. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Thank you and bye-bye.